Good afternoon, dear students and colleagues. Today we are going to have an unusual lesson, a distant lesson for the students of the 10th form. Let me introduce myself. My name is Elena Yuryevna and I will be your teacher for today's lesson. Our lesson will last only half an hour, so be very attentive. Today we are going to speak about lexical and grammar material. And we are going to work with the student's book, Spheres for the 10th form. Don't worry if you don't have this book. For today's lesson, you will need only a sheet of paper and a pen or a pencil, because all the material, all the exercises will be on our monitors, on the slides. By the way, today's lesson will be also very useful for the students of the 9th form, 10th form and the 11th form as well. And we are going to start with phonetic exercise. Well, I don't hear you, but you can hear me. And try to work together with me. I give you the word and the sound, and you should say after me. Well, now let us start. Say after me, N. Annoy. T. Competition. Comfort. Pay attention to this word. The stress is on the first syllable. More than that, letter O gives us sound A. Say it again. Comfort. Safety. Politics. Bear in mind, the stress is on the first syllable. Once again, politics. D. Confidence. Danger. Dirt. Depend. Try to remember, depend on. We usually depend on somebody. You depend on your parents. Your pets depend on you. Well, the next, R. Attract. Bravery. Courage. Injury. Experience. Rely. The word is also rather difficult, but I hope you know it very well. The stress is on the second syllable. It sounds rely. The next word is very long, but it is very useful. Try to remember it if you don't know it. Responsibility. F. Health. Well, now I want you to look at these words again and try to give me the English equivalents for my Russian words. We are going just to revise them. Well, let us start. Опасность. I hope you said danger. Здоровье. Right, it's health. Нервировать, тревожить кого-то, раздражать. Annoy. смелость, отвага. Here we have got two words, bravery and courage. Right. Полагаться на кого-то. Rely. Зависеть от кого-то. Depend. Depend on. Ответственность. Responsibility. Травма. Injury. Well, it is a very difficult word, but I hope you know it very well. So, injury means травма. Well, now we are going to continue our work with these words. Look at these words again and try to guess what parts of speech are given here. Well, we know a lot of major parts of speech in English, such as noun, существительное, verb, глагол, adverb, наречие, adjective, прилагательное. Here, on our slide, we can find only two parts of speech. What are they? I hope you guessed correctly. Here we have got verbs and nouns. The next task is, take your sheets of paper and put down all the verbs from this list. Well, do it very quickly. Copy the words from verbs, only verbs from this list. Well, I hope you are through this task, and let us check. Look at the next slide. Here, all the verbs are underlined. There are only 5 verbs here. Pay attention to the word comfort. It can be a noun, comfort, and it can be a verb. Успокаивать, создавать комфортные условия. This verb is a regular verb, so comfort, comforted, comforted. He comforted me. And this verb can also be used in passive voice. I was comforted by him. Well, I hope you have put down some unknown words from this list, and you will try to remember them. All these words are included into the Russian national exam, but I hope you will need them not only for the exam, but for your future life. Now we are coming to the next exercise, which is also closely connected with this lexical material. Have a look at this slide. It is exercise 5 on page 121. We are to practice some grammar material, lexical and grammar material, because they are closely connected. You are to make adjectives. I hope you remember adjectives, прилагательные. You are to make adjectives from the following nouns or verbs. Look at these words. We have already practiced them, and I hope you remember them. You can use the suffixes or endings below. So use the table, take your sheet of paper, and write down all the adjectives that you can form. But don't copy the word given here. Don't copy advertising because it is already given here. You will have only 3 minutes for this work, so try to work quickly. Well, let's get started. 3 minutes for you. для тех, кто еще испытывает трудности с английским языком, я сейчас посоветую, как выполнить это упражнение быстрее и проще. Если вдруг вы не знаете, как образовать какое-то прилагательное от какого-то слова данного здесь, пропускайте место, идите дальше. Постарайтесь рационально использовать время, потому что потом вы можете сюда вернуться и вдруг вспомнить. Удачи! Well, you have half a minute left. If you are ready, you can check your answers once again, paying attention to spelling. Pay attention to the suffixes. Well, and now let us come to the next slide and try to check your answers. If you have many mistakes, don't worry. Just try to pull yourself together and don't forget to copy, to put down the correct form. You will learn it later, and I hope you will remember it for a long time. Well, now let us check. So, to annoy, a verb to annoy, and we can get annoying, adjective annoying from this verb. So, my cat sometimes annoys me, or my cat sometimes is so annoying, but still I love him. Well, the next, attraction, the verb is attract, and the adjective is attractive. Bravery is a noun, but brave is an adjective, смелый, brave. В русском языке есть слово бравый. Вот это слово вам может помочь. Brave. Comfortable, from comfort. And the stress is on the first syllable. Comfortable. Pay attention to this word. Comfortable. Удобный физически. А вот convenient – это удобный в плане использования. For example, this textbook, Spheres, is convenient for students and teachers. Or this way of life is convenient for somebody. Well, comfortable is just another way around. So the sofa is comfortable. The dress is comfortable. Well, the next. Competition, соревнование. Competitive, соревновательный. Confidence, уверенность. Confident, уверенный в себе, надежный. Courage, смелость. Courageous, courageous, отважный. Трудное слово. A very difficult word. But you should know these two synonyms, brave and courageous. Danger, dangerous. Dirt, dirty. Electricity, electrical. Emotion, emotional. Enjoy, enjoyable. Expense, трата, затрата. Expensive, дорогой. Fame, слава. Famous, известный, знаменитый. Health, здоровье. Healthy, здоровый. Independence, independent. Dependence, зависимость, dependent. Injury, травма. Injurious. The stress is on the second syllable. Травматичный, травмоопасный. Injurious. Organization, organized. Pay attention to letter S. In American variant, there is letter Z in the stem. But we are using Queen's English, British variant of English. That is why we spell organized with S. If you write organized with Z at your exam, it can be a mistake. The next, politics, political. To rely, reliable. Responsibility, responsible. And safety, safe. I advise you to take a photo or to make a screenshot of this slide and remember these words. Now we are coming to another exercise and we are going to use these words, the words from the table, in these sentences. So, in some sentences, there can be several variants. So you can use not only one, but several words. So don't copy the sentence itself. Let us save our time. Just write down the adjectives you need for these sentences. Now start working and you have a minute and a half. A minute and a half. У вас всего 1,5 минутки, поэтому сами предложения писать не надо. На первой строчке вы пишете те прилагательные, которые подходят для первого предложения, на второй для второго и так далее. Таким образом мы экономим время. Good luck! Well, you have only 10 seconds left. hope you are ready. And let us check your results. Here are the words that can be used in these sentences. Well, in the first sentence, we are speaking about trainers, кроссовки, обувь. А обувь должна быть удобной, поэтому comfortable. Comfortable. Но я не могу их купить. Видите, противительный союз but. Почему не могу купить? А потому что кроссовки слишком дорогие. Too expensive. А спорт, экстремальный спорт, может быть и травматичным. Секунду. Кот проснулся и решил выйти погулять. Обычно он тихо сидит. Спорт может быть травматичным, injurious, может быть опасным, dangerous. Одно другому не мешает. A famous writer. I hope about Shakespeare you were all correct. Well, the next. My friend is brave, confident, reliable, responsible, independent. A lot of good words that can be helpful. They all have very positive meanings. Try to remember them. And I hope you will use these words describing your friends and your relatives and your families. Well, you should wash your dirty hands to be safe or healthy. I hope this sentence is extremely useful nowadays. Political news is quite all right. And my sister is emotional. Weeps. Плачет она все время. Мы с вами знаем слово cry, плакать. А есть еще слово weep. Weep, wept, wept. Это плакать, всхлипывать. А cry это уже более громкий такой звук, громкий плач. Well, now count your mistakes, if you have any. If you don't have any mistakes, it's great. Write down the adjectives that were extremely important for you and try to remember them. Now we are coming to the next exercise, and I think it will be rather easy for you. I have put it nearly at the end of the lesson because it is not extremely important. It is not extremely difficult. Well, we are going to practice vocabulary. And here you are to complete the paragraph with the words below. Now let us pronounce the words that are given here, first of all. Inexperienced. What is Russian for inexperienced? Right, неопытный. Prefix in is a negative prefix. Inexperienced, неопытный. Field. Say after me, field. I hope you know this word very well. The next, representing. What is the Russian for representing? Well, I can prompt to those who don't know it. Представляющих. Spectators. Зрители. And pay attention to this word. Spectators means people. This word spectators means a group of people watching some sport event. If we speak about a big group of people watching a film at the cinema, for example, or a play at the theater, or a ballet at the theater, they are audience, not spectators. Be very attentive. Now the next, support. Right, support, поддерживать. And the last, talent, is a very easy word, but there are a lot of mistakes in it. During the exam or written tasks. В русском языке мы говорим талант, и это очень часто мешает хорошим умным детям в правильном написании этого слова. Pay attention to the second vowel. Вторая гласная в этом слове, в английском слове, это буква И. Talented тоже буква И. И talent И. Be very attentive. Старайтесь здесь не ошибаться. Well, here we have got 6 blanks and 6 words. And you have half a minute to do this task. Start your work. Well, and here is the slide with the keys. The spectators came to support City. City is not a part of Moscow, for example, or London. City is the name of a football team. Why football? Because they're playing on the field. Well, some of the players representing City are inexperienced, but they have a lot of talent. The field was wet. These are the correct variants, and I hope you didn't make any mistakes. You haven't made any mistakes here in this exercise. Well, and one more exercise for you connected with this exercise. So, try to say the same text, but with other words. For example, the spectators came to support City. A lot of people came to watch a game with City. And so on. Вот таким образом постарайтесь переделать этот коротенький текст, рассказав их другими словами. Choose the words from your memory. Well, and I think it will be your home task. As we are short of time, так как у нас времени остается очень мало, то это задание, я надеюсь, что вы сделали скриншот экрана, вы можете сделать не спеша дома. Well, now I want you to sum it all up. Look at this scheme and try to analyze your work at today's lesson. How did you work today? Choose the correct answer. I hope most of you will say, I worked hard and made no mistakes. It's great. Some of you can say, I worked hard, but I made some mistakes. It's not bad. And some of you could say, I made a lot of mistakes because the lesson was difficult for me. Don't worry. You have some time in front of you and you can manage your English. Well, as for my students from Moscow School 1282, don't forget to send me your results. And also don't forget to send me your marks and your comments. Well, as for other students, you can send your remarks or your advice to these two email addresses. Для своих коллег, которые смотрели этот урок, первый адрес. Для учеников 9, 10 и 11 классов второй адрес, по которому вы можете присылать свои ответы. Что касается моих учеников школы 1282, 9, 10 классов, пожалуйста, присылайте мне на личную почту все свои результаты, замечания, какие упражнения вам больше понравились, какие вам понравились меньше. Мне это очень важно. Well, to sum it all up, I can say that we tried to work with Spheres 10 today, and I hope you understood that the textbook is extremely convenient. More than that, it is not very difficult, but it is useful. Well, be healthy and try not to annoy your families during this difficult period of time. Goodbye, the lesson is over.